What's going on, guys? We're going to take a look this morning at crude oil futures. This would be the front month, the May 22 contracts. So haven't touched on this in probably a couple weeks or so, maybe a little less. Just to give you a couple thoughts here, make it a quick video. So it looks like, so as this was unfolding here, the massive rise in crude oil futures, I mentioned that I thought at the time that this was the top. And so far that has still been in play, which is a great thing to see for consumers. And oil is used for a ton of products, not just to fill up your car as refined into gasoline. It's in lots and lots of things, tires, personal products, all kinds of stuff. So a higher crude oil price will reflect in tons and tons of stuff, squeezing the consumer's wallet big time. So we will see what happens here with this, but hopefully that was the high over in here, and that was on March 7th. So just about a month ago, actually. Anyways, it appears that we printed a lower high here on the 24th of March. And that's, as I was watching that unfold, I was hoping that was going to be what had happened there. So far it is. We have been moving lower. We are below the 21-day moving average. This is that purple to blue line on the chart, and we will see if we undercut this low here on the 15th of March. That would probably be and lead to some steep declines in crude oil if we can break below this. Looks like $92 range here. Looks like we found a little bit of support there yesterday. But I think if we can undercut that, we should see some further declines here for crude oil, probably getting us back to this area, $78, which correlates with this high over here and also gets us closer to the 200-day. Probably won't happen in a day or two. Probably is going to take some time. If the downtrend is going to continue for crude, we should see something like this play out. So we have that high so far. This is nothing but a higher low, but where the trend has changed for now is when we printed a lower high, and now we're getting down to an area and we want to see a lower low come in place here, wherever that may stop. Who knows? Probably get another reaction here, a lower high, and then really head down to the downside. That is obviously the perfect scenario. Probably won't happen quite like that, but that is just something that could play out. All we want to see here is lower highs and lower lows take place for crude oil. So that would be good for the pump. Gas is awful expensive right now, so that sucks to say it nicely. Let's see here. Take the fibs here. We'll take it up to, I guess we'll just take this move here. And then we'll throw, yeah, not too much there. Let's see what we can have here. Yep, not too much there with the fibs on crude. You can probably take an ETF and get a better projection with that, but basically just looking for some price action here. Basically lower highs, lower lows, keeping an eye on this low. If we undercut that, we'll probably either have a crazy wick down to a close higher, or we'll just close very negative in the red, which would be fine with me. I would not be long crude oil here anyways. that trade would have been closed for a massive profit, and the time to get long crude would be down in here, not up here, in my opinion. I think, doesn't mean it's not going to go higher up here. I just think if you're playing the odds would favor lower crude here than it would be down in here. All right, folks, just my quick thoughts on crude oil. Not sure how many of you watch these videos about crude. I don't think it's much, but maybe it'll help out a couple folks. Links down in the video description. Thank you. Help support the channel. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Thank you once again. Have a great Friday. See you guys in the next video.